We've all seen it in the movies, right? Some detective leans over a computer and yells, "Enhance!" And suddenly, a completely useless blurry photo becomes crystal clear. But is any of that real? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the actual and honestly way more fascinating science of image restoration.
I mean, it's such a classic scene. You've got this grainy, pixelated mess from a security camera, and with one magic word, enhance, they can read a license plate from 3 blocks away. So, is that really possible? The real science is, you guessed it, a little bit more complex than Hollywood lets on. But it's also so much cooler.
You see, to even begin fixing a damaged image, scientists and engineers don't just start throwing fancy code at it. Nope, they start with a single, incredibly important question that basically determines everything that comes next.
And that one critical question is this: do we know exactly what went wrong? Do we know why the image is degraded? Was it a simple camera shake with a known direction and speed? Was the lens just out of focus in a predictable way? If we can mathematically model the damage, we get to go down the deterministic path. If we have no clue, well, then we're wandering into the stochastic realm.
Yeah, that stochastic path is a whole other adventure, full of deep statistics and intelligent guesswork. So for this explainer, we're going to stick to the deterministic route, the path where we have a blueprint of the crime, so to speak, and we can try to mathematically reverse it.
So here we are on our map. We've chosen the deterministic branch because we know what happened. But look at that. The path splits again. Now we have to make another choice. Do we try a linear method or a nonlinear one? Let's check out the most direct approach first.
And this brings us right to the classic solution: linear methods. You can think of these as the most straightforward, almost brute force way to tackle the problem. The idea here is actually beautifully simple. If you know the image was blurred in one specific way, you can just design a mathematical filter that does the exact opposite. You take your blurry, noisy image, you push it through this special filter, and, in a perfect world, a clean, sharp image pops out the other side. It's a direct, one-shot mathematical reversal. Now, this one-shot filter approach has a few different flavors. You've got inverse filtering, which is the most basic attempt to just undo the damage. Then you have things like Wiener filtering, which is a little smarter because it tries to account for random noise. But they all share that same fundamental goal: fix the image in one single calculated step.
But come on, you knew it couldn't be that easy, right? If it was, our story would be over. This direct approach, well, it turns out it has some serious and sometimes just plain weird side effects.
And just look at what can happen. Trying to directly reverse the blur can create these awful ringing artifacts around sharp edges, kind of like a visual echo. But even worse, the math can sometimes spit out physically impossible results, like negative pixel values. I mean, what even is a negative black pixel? It's basically the math screaming at us that our simple approach is broken.
So yeah, these glitches and artifacts were a total deal breaker. It became pretty clear that just trying to invert the damage wasn't going to cut it. The whole field needed a more sophisticated technique, one that could work carefully, check its own work, and actually respect the laws of physics for what an image can be.
And that brings us to the hero of our story, nonlinear methods. These were developed specifically to overcome all the flaws we just saw in that linear approach.
So unlike that one-shot, all-or-nothing filter from before, nonlinear algorithms work in a loop. They take a guess, they check how well that guess works against the data and some hard rules, and then they refine that guess over and over and over again. It's a much more patient and much more intelligent process.
This cycle right here is the absolute key. The algorithm starts with a guess of what the clean image might look like. Then, and this is the genius part, it applies constraints. It enforces rules like, hey, a real photo can't have negative pixel values. After fixing its own guess, it compares it to the original blurry image to see how wrong it is, and then it uses that information to make a smarter guess on the next loop.
So what's the bottom line? This whole iterative process solves the exact problems we saw before. It enforces non-negativity, so no more of those bizarre, impossible pixels. It can handle much more complex types of noise. And because it improves the image gradually, step by step, it dramatically reduces those ugly ringing artifacts.
Okay, so we've walked through the key decisions and the 2 major types of solutions when we know what went wrong. Now let's zoom out and look at the complete map we've just created.
And there it is, the whole shebang. Now that we've actually walked this path together, this entire chart makes perfect sense, doesn't it? We started at the very top with that one big question: is the degradation known? That took us down the deterministic path. From there, we saw the road split again. into the fast but flawed linear methods and the slower but much more powerful nonlinear methods. You now get the fundamental structure of this entire field.
So let's boil it all down, side by side. Linear methods are simple and fast, but they're messy and can create those weird, ugly artifacts. Nonlinear methods, they're more complex. They take more computing power, for sure, but the result is so much more accurate and clean. And this trade-off, this balance between speed and quality, that's at the heart of everything from your phone's photo editor to the software that sharpens images from the Hubble telescope.
So the next time you tap that sharpen tool or a denoise filter on your phone, you can ask yourself, which path is this software taking? Is it a quick and dirty linear filter or a more sophisticated iterative algorithm working behind the scenes? And it leaves us with one last really interesting question. What kind of incredible techniques are waiting down that unknown path we didn't even get to explore today?